Sebastian, and thanks, Marina, for joining. So we are here today to talk about the fleet and how it is developing, also in the aspect of connected car data. So what kind of evolutions, ideas do you see evolving and coming up?
So I take this question first, though. What I'm seeing currently in the fleet management, also in the automotive industry, is that we're turning from a mechanical into over electric into a digital world. And not only that, but also the EV thing. So we have change in powertrains, and that is the biggest change that we see in the automotive industry since the beginning. And it is also coming to the fleet managers, is bearing a lot of complexity. So there's a lot of new vehicles, new energy vehicles. There's a lot of data coming in, and that is in one thing, big complexity. But with the data and the connected car data that is there, it also gives a lot of opportunities in the future to integrate all that, what hasn't been integrated before and what has not been addressable as a mechanical thing like a car, to integrate it in the digital seamless working environment. So it's both. It's one thing overwhelming, but on the other side, always giving a lot of more opportunities, which we but have to tackle.
Maybe I'll add on to what Marina greatly explained, and saying that from my perspective, what has changed as well is the access to data is becoming now a requirement, a hard requirement, in order to sustain the level of performance and control the cost. This is no longer a nice to have, but having a solution that helps optimize the operations of the fleets is becoming a requirement, a tool that any fleet manager needs to have in order to drive their business. The level of connectivity in cars has significantly increased over the past few years. If you look at a group like Stellantis today, nearly 100% of our new vehicles are coming out natively connected, which also drive this change, this transformation, allowing an easier access to such a data to fuel the systems that the fleet managers have in their hands in order to better control the fleets and the performance of their operations. So this is also a massive change, which the more data available, the more complexity indeed, but at the same time, the more craving there is for information to fuel systems, and the more accurate those legacy systems can become for those who already operated under such a technology. So this is also a transformation that's happening. And the second one I would mention is the electrification. With EVs coming up, here as well, data is no longer an option. It's a hard requirement. It's coming natively connected. It's expected to come natively connected. And with the great benefits of electrification comes also range anxiety or other problems that did not exist before, that also calls for digital solutions to manage them. So this is also the second great transformation that we see happening at this stage.
So if you are seeing now how fleets are developing and that we have this electrification, what do you think, how can connected car data support here? And is it already used, or what is your experience with fleet?
Yeah, so again, data is everywhere, where it's not actually people expecting it to be everywhere. And then what is very critical is to make this data exploitable and make this data speak. So that's where we have a complementarity between the likes of Mobilisights and CARUSO and other partners, is that we can focus on making sure that the data is actually made available and is extracted from those vehicles to then feed into systems that the likes of CARUSO can help decipher and make speak, to re-inject the benefits into the hands of the fleet managers or the drivers, or depending on the use cases that we enable, to in the end have to drive better efficiency, better safety as well, lower the TCO, and so on and so forth. So I think right now, again, a key point in my view, is that people expect data, and we should all expect data coming out of those vehicles. We should expect high quality data, readily available. So the bar is quite high. So this is part of our day-to-day challenge, is in order to live up to that expectations. But people now expect to have access to data, to have the insights that come with it. We talk a lot about AI and machine learning these days. There is no AI and machine learning if you don't have quality data extracted and made available in the first place. So we clearly see a demand for those tools or solutions, and the prerequisite to all those great assets is actually quality data. So that's where that's our part of the equation that Mobilisights focused on in order to enable all these solutions downstream. But I'll let Marina complement.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, laying the ground. That's exactly the important things, as I said, access, exploiting data. So data in itself does not have any value. So cars are producing tons of value, but make them accessible. That's exactly what CARUSO is doing in a standardized way over different car types, and make it easy for software providers, for developers to access data in a standardized way. So that's already lowering operations costs and in maintenance and development, and makes innovation more easy than it was in the past. And as you said, make data then exploitable is about the use cases, bringing it to the fleet manager, who are then able to improve their business with operating costs, with total cost of ownership, with claims management and all that stuff, and repair maintenance, which is has been challenging in the past without having the data. And bringing that together in use cases, making exploitable, so for an everyday usage, requires quality data at the right time, at the right place. It must be reliable, and you must always have the right data. And that is something that we are also learning together with the partners, because we're also very much in an exploration phase yet. Which data is the one that at the right time delivers the right value to the person who just used it in that second. And that's one of the biggest challenges, to make it available over different kinds of cars. But also that's where the most of the value lies in.
Maybe, Marina, one question to you regarding the ERM and fleets, and your role also as your double role in Tech Alliance. So where do you see this coming together here and there?
So if you look at data, at not only in the independent aftermarket, but also at the OEMs, and there's a lot of data. So we say which the aftermarket is data rich, but insights poor. So that means we have a lot of silos. There is a lot of data, but we are not making use of connecting that data. So for example, why do I have the double role in Tech Alliance and CARUSO is bringing a lot of the connected car data to the table, which you can put into use cases like, for example, remote diagnosis, which is a quite new one, but which also can be a game changer, or it will be a game changer from my point of view in the independent aftermarket. But the value does not only come from giving remote diagnosis information, but solving the whole problem if they're one, and keep the driver mobile. And that's one thing, to connect data with repair and maintenance instructions, like that is data that is delivered by Tech Alliance, or identifying parts for repairs, which is also provided by Tech Alliance with TechDoc data, and connecting that with workshop appointments. So bringing together different data points in an interoperable way, from connected cars to workshops with parts ordering, parts identifying, with repair and maintenance, and bringing that also into the cars or to the fleet manager, whoever then schedules the appointments, is something which brings a lot of value, which can make life a lot of easier. It can make maintenance and services X times faster than it's today, more reliable, more plannable, and without any friction in the end, and which also helps them to reduce the costs of ownership again. And that's where I'm in double role. We see ourselves as part of an ecosystem, delivering value to an ecosystem to bring together different partners, as you are also doing, because we think the value lies in cross-organizational value and cross-organizational insights and cross-organizational transactions.
Discussion we had before. So we talked about, you said you also investigating or having some cars already available in Australia. Maybe you can give us a glimpse what to expect. So if you can.
Yeah. So what's not a secret is that the plan is global. We want to be able to provide the value of this data in an exploitable and data privacy responsible way. We're trying to find the right formula, and not to say GDPR, because we don't have GDPR everywhere in the world, but GDPR and likes everywhere where there are connected vehicles. So there used to be the vehicles, then a subset was connected, and then the subset that is connected needs to be in areas where the service is lighted up. Now this funnel is actually becoming very straightforward. Every vehicle more or less is coming out connected, and everywhere there will be some fleet of Stellantis vehicles connected, they will become connectable, and Mobilisights will have a service. Now, as Marina brilliantly just explained, it's a matter of use cases, right? One thing at a time. You need to ensure that you're providing value. At the end of the day, data is the new oil, as they say. I don't like this expression because this is very true for the cloud, because no matter if you use the data or not, you need to store, to compute, to process, and you pay a fee for that. So that has been generating billions for some very well-known large players. But at the end of the day, you realize that many organizations have either too much or not enough data. Many organizations are sitting on data. They don't know what to do with it. Some of them are even scared to use them. And this is the real challenge. So what we're trying to do is to progress one step at a time. We go in priority where obviously there is a larger pool of connected vehicles. We have 14-15 million of connected vehicles out there throughout the world. We know where the large concentrations are. We know where the large demand for accessing directly natively to those vehicles are as well. And we're obviously using those two principal parameters to decide where we are going first, hence the reason why we're live in Europe and in the US right now. But the ambition is clearly to open up in the other regions as soon as possible, as soon as it makes sense, business sense. And in the same manner, because that's also what we aim at doing, is that for all the Stellantis brands, there is one access, one API, one platform that allows our partners and our customers to benefit from this data in a seamless way. And this is the strategy that we are rolling out and pursuing, again, directly with some of our customers or through their partner of choice that we onboard into our platform, like the great collaboration that we established with CARUSO.
I have a question to Sebastian. So what do you think? So when we're talking about, there can be a talk today without talking about AI. What do you think? What is your impression? Where are we in the fleet business with AI? Or what do you think? What will be the impact? Is there any impression you have on that topic?
Good question. So I think if you look at recent studies, a third of the fleet managers expect that AI is going to be the main driver of improvement, change, performance going forward. Everybody's working on those. I think there's fantastic opportunities coming up You mentioned earlier preventive maintenance. I think there are clever algorithms and AI can be fantastic in anticipating issues and therefore downtime, improving the downtime ratio. We know that's large fleets, one of their main KPIs is to make sure that the fleets are out there and keep running. So anything we can do to anticipate, avoid, prevent, or better plan for the downtime of those vehicles, it's an immediate gains for everyone, from the driver to the end customer expecting a service, to the repair shop that can be much more efficient in addressing those fixes. So those type of examples, I think, will continue to bloom. Then I think, and that's where we concentrate on this part of the equation, is that there is no AI without quality data. And as you pointed out earlier as well, is the right data at the right time. And this is what is behind the scene, non-trivial, is making sure this data is enabled, making sure this data is triggered and delivered safely, privately, and also with the right specifications. So we tend sometimes to discuss data. Do we have data? Yes or no, in a very binary way, where in reality, in order to enable a use case, you need to have a specific data with specific formats, with specific frequency, with a specific latency. All those are the devils in the details, as we say, and this is the little things that actually make the difference between a data which is a cost, a burden, to a data that enables a value to the users, regardless of the use case itself. So those are the things that we are looking at, but I would say that the demand on our side is increasing. The specification or the level of details around the request for data is increasing. We're running a number of tests and pilots on our side as well, for sure. And we're trying also to put the AIs to good use internally as well, for their own sake, to be faster and safer in the way we deliver product to the world. The last comment I would make is that we're discussing fleet here, and usually when we're discussing fleet, we're talking about very VIN-specific data, like the tire pressure, like the alerts on the dashboard, like the odometer, that kind of things. Very individually, where you need to know the data point of a specific vehicle because you're tracking, you're monitoring the performance of that specific vehicle. But there is also a second set of products that we are rolling out, which is the aggregated anonymized data sets, where we believe also there is a great value to be extracted and a great tool to fuel this AI, where you don't need to know exactly what vehicle, but you happen to notice and to detect patterns around mobility, around driving behavior, risks. Tire pressure is becoming an issue for a large number of vehicles on the stretch of the road. You can extract the fact that this road is actually not safe. Maybe the pavement has an issue, maybe the road conditions are not good. Those are the more subtle elements that will feed into those AI models, and in the end, I believe will also greatly benefit the fleet managers and fleet drivers going forward.
Yeah, very interesting insights, and I think very, very interesting and exciting use cases ahead, and innovations that become possible that we can explore there. And yeah, I fully agree. It's the quality of the data and the accessibility, and also the reliability that is setting the foundation to make all that happen. And there's also the interesting challenge. Always, we're living in a very regulated environment, and there is also the reliability of the AI, which is a challenge in that environment. So that's also something where how can I rely on the output of the AI? That is one thing that is something that is very much in our environment a big challenge because of liabilities. So that's a challenging thing as well to solve in the future. But the opportunities are exciting.
It's just the beginning, for sure. Lots of work ahead, but yeah, potential is enormous.
Thank you as well, Sebastian, also Tina, for making that possible. Thank you, Sebastian, for your time, for your thoughts, for your input. It was a really inspiring conversation.